we put out a Medium post and posted some stuff on Reddit that got to number one on the cryptocurrency subreddit, and we had a lot of people with a lot of positive feedback. I think it was like 85% plus feedback on Reddit, just talking about this and really supporting the hashtag Fairmining movement that we started this week. So just to give you guys a little brief synopsis as to what we talked about in this post on the Vertcoin blog, go over and check it out, read it for yourself. But to the main question we posed is to ASIC or not to ASIC. ASIC mining has been widely debated and a hot button issue in the cryptocurrency community. The main arguments for ASICs is that they help ensure network security, and the evidence is sparse on that. Our team looks at the main arguments against ASICs is that they promote extreme centralization. You got to think, the majority of ASICs are coming out of China by one particular company, and they are dominating as far as the hash power for particular coins. With the recent claims that an ASIC is going to be built for Ethereum, our team felt that it was time to actually issue a call to action for all coins to stand up against ASICs. And I just want to get everybody's thoughts, kind of how they feel about ASICs, how they feel about consensus, and kind of let's talk about some of the things that people don't really understand when it comes to why ASICs are really bad for the cryptocurrency community.
Um, I'll start off here.
Yep, sure.
Most importantly, at Vertcoin, we think fair consensus is paramount, and the way that we're going about that currently is through ASIC resistance. People have to understand, and it's brought up a lot. There's nothing intrinsically wrong with an ASIC. It's just a device. It's just the way that they're used currently that fosters centralization.
A lot of the sentiment on the comments, hey, it's not a bad thing that ASICs exist because you could just buy one yourself, right? You could just if you don't like it, make one yourself. And I think the obvious problem with that argument is not everybody has millions of dollars to create an ASIC, but everybody has a couple extra dollars to buy a GPU. Everybody already has a GPU in their computer. You can mine Vertcoin, you can mine Ethereum, you can mine Monero, what have you. But not everybody can spend thousands of dollars to buy an ASIC. Another problem on top of that is that when you're buying an ASIC, you're not getting it straight off of the production line. You're probably most likely buying an ASIC that's already mined most of its lifetime and is now outdated. They've probably got a brand new, more efficient ASIC created that they're now using, and they're selling you their old product. So, when you buy these devices, they've already become outdated. But your graphics cards, as soon as a new graphics card hits the market, anybody can buy it. If you want to update your hardware immediately to that brand new graphics card, nobody is going to stop you. NVIDIA and AMD aren't going to pre-mine with their brand new graphics cards, but certain ASIC companies probably will not sell these things right off the bat. And why would they? They're literally machines that make them money, whereas a graphics card does plenty of other things.
And that's what they're being treated as right now. These machines are just being created, and I see the argument quite frequently that these are just seen as shovels. So we get a very persistent argument that these everyone should have access to the best tools, and by doing so, it's essentially anti-competition. You're not allowing this person to use this item to mine the currency. The problem with that argument is that if this was just a commodity and we were just mining and mining was just by itself and it didn't determine consensus, you'd be right. You'd be 100% right. You should be able to use the best thing. You should be able to use a power drill, whatever you come up with to mine it. This is not just mining a commodity. Proof of work is a consensus mechanism. It is not just mining a resource. So if someone has come up with a patented method to do something and is maliciously trying and is maliciously taking action to sell you a used product that also contributes to consensus, i.e. ownership of the network, that is extremely bad. Ownership of the network is equivalent to me opening up an Excel spreadsheet. If I got majority consensus, I could open up an Excel spreadsheet and we could run the world economy on that. There is no difference. So can you see now that having someone who can create a ridiculously more efficient version of consensus, i.e. voting, i.e. ownership of a system, is a massive problem.
Yeah, and I think to put it into like a real world term is if you have someone who gets 51% of the Bitcoin network, the whole concept that Bitcoin is valuable because only 21 million are ever going to be created, that goes out the window because someone can rewrite that rule if they have consensus of the network. It's not like this stuff is just programmed into the software and it's never going to change. It is what it is because the consensus of the mining network agrees that it is what it is. If you have someone who takes over that network because they have 51% of the hash rate, they can change the rules of the game. And I don't think people really understand that is the problems that can come up when somebody is using ASICs and they have a majority share of the hashing power, that you're kind of at the whim of whatever they want to do with the network.